Hello, my little ponies, and welcome back to another episode of Supermarkets Together. On today's episode, you see I have Dee and I have Cat, and let's get started on here. I'm sure Zara will be here to join us shortly. Meow. Wait, does the cat look different from usual? Wait, the cat doesn't normally look like this, right? Am I going crazy?
I mean, wait for me to load in and I can give you an opinion.
What does the meow cat look like? Isn't it like a black cat?
Are you talking about the cat head? Or are you talking about the cat?
The cat that you meow.
I mean, it's not a pure black cat, no.
Or it's like mostly black, right?
More of a gray. Like gray stripe. I think.
Like, I thought it was, like, mostly black. Or at least mostly a dark color.
Yeah, is that mostly because you've only been looking at the cat at night?
Possibly.
Still loading in, so I...
Yeah, your character just spawned in.
Oh, you actually started the day without me. Wow.
Yeah. See, does the cat look different?
Do they randomize the appearance of the cat every time?
Do they randomize it? Okay, so it does look different. Yeah, this cat looks like a cow.
Yeah, I do not remember this cat looking exactly like this. That is...
We're gonna open up our previous episode.
If it turns out that we just have bad memories.
Okay, so I'm scanning through our last episode of this, just to look through and see if we ever actually look at the cat.
And I do every time. But it's also been a few days.
And it's like, okay, well...
Meow, meow. I'm a cat. So meow, I'm a cat.
Yeah, no, in the last episode, the cat looked like just like this.
Huh. Maybe I'm also thinking cat from a different game.
Pretty much exactly like this, it seems.
Just thinking about it, I'm thinking like the gray striped cat, I think might be the cat that's in Thief Simulator 2, because that one also meows. Click on. You even get an experience bonus.
Well, yeah, all cats meow if you click on them, right, Cinnamon?
Something tells me it didn't work.
Cinnamon is technically resting on his cat tower. On the very bottom of it. He doesn't want to be high up right now. He wants to be on the floor, but not quite.
So, looking at our franchise board, we only need to get 8 more points. But I feel like what we're going to do is save up 5 to get the, replace the trash container with the recycling bin, because the other 3 are useless.
Yes.
So we don't need more employees, because we have our employees, and we only ever put the game consoles on sale, which again isn't what we should be doing.
We shouldn't?
Technically speaking. Well, I mean, because the thing is, like we discussed last time, what you do is you put other stuff on sale, you know.
Yeah, but that doesn't... I don't think that works in this video game. That would work for...
Yeah, I know. The whole thing, yeah, is just put it on sale and thus it sells more. It doesn't seem to... You know what? I would love to know, like, okay, what is the baseline that we sell per day, and then what is, like, the average amount we sell per day based on the sale amount. Because the impression I get is that you get more people buying it if it's on sale at all, regardless of how much it's on sale for.
No, because like when I said to 45% off, we sold like 4 boxes.
Well, that's the thing. We sell that much, even when it's only set to 5%.
I have it set to 25% so far. And we've sold... not quite 1 box worth. We definitely sold more when it was at a big sale.
Interesting. Oh. Huh.
Yeah, playing Spirit Island is kind of fun when people were paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I pointed out to you, it's just that, yeah, they're not, they really weren't for a while, and then, you know, really once we got to the end, and it was sort of the, yeah, as soon as you basically said, yeah, we are 4 turns away from
losing, then they're like,
losing.
Oh, you mean 1 turn? We have to really tighten our belts here and deal with everything immediately. It's like, we still have 4 turns. Spirit Island is a weird game where, like, if you start off and you're doing, like, really well, it cascades and you keep doing well, because, like, if they explore into a land and you manage to remove the explorer before they build, they just don't build, and then they don't ravage because there's no one there.
Yeah.
So you could either, A, get rid of buildings and stuff before they even explore in the first place, which is not so easy. If you get rid of explorers before they build, then they don't build. And if you get rid of the buildings before they ravage, they don't really ravage. Like, the big thing is, like, you're always there trying to make sure they don't ravage, either defending or moving them out of the place or destroying them. I think, frankly, generally speaking, destroying the explorers, destroying the invaders before they ravage is the best option, because if moving it just, you know, pushes the problem for later. If you just
Yes, and it's
them,
better to
not
act in a preventative measure rather than in a reactive counter.
Exactly. So if you take the action and just destroy them, then it's like, okay, well now you don't have to worry about them, because they're gone. But also, like, if you just destroy or move the people before they build, well then you don't have to worry about them next turn, and you can focus your efforts elsewhere. And like, sometimes you'll be in a troubling state, and it's like, well, we have 8 places ravaging this turn. And it's like, oh. But sometimes you'll be more proactive, and it's like, okay, we have nothing ravaging at a baseline. So we can spend our effort in either stopping them from building or destroying their buildings after the fact. But it's like, I love how so many spirits just change up the way the game is played.
I will say it definitely becomes clear that when you have a larger, like, group, going for a fear victory, you kind of need to just explicitly plan that from the start and everyone focus.
Yeah, like if everyone is playing a fear spirit, then a fear victory will be pretty easy. Like, we got into tier 2 without any really big designated fear characters.
Yeah. But it's just like in our first like test round, it was just became very clear, I'm not gonna actually be able to be very useful with the fear-focused build.
Yeah, but like, say if you played the fear build and I played the ocean character, because you can push things but you can't destroy them, well, you could push them into the ocean, generate fear for pushing them, and then I destroy them and generate extra fear. Those two combos so nicely together.
Yeah, that's something that we did, that part of the, I guess you would say part of the meta, that we didn't really get much into, because again, we were just teaching the game. Where where just like some, spirits kind of have synergy, basically.
Basically, yeah. I really, really want to try like some 6 spirit games. Not necessarily 6 players, but just either alone or just the 2 of us running 6 different spirits. Like if we each run 3 spirits.
Well, we won't be going for a fear victory, I can tell you that.
Okay, no, 6 spirits, but all 6 spirits are that one fear spirit.
Okay, I did make a suggestion, mostly joking about that, but that does seem like it would be a really interesting experience, yeah.
We can't destroy anyone, right? So we would just really have to worry about just moving around the problem until they get so scared they just decide to leave.
Yeah, basically. Oh hey, we've already got 1 point. Nice.
Yeah, fear victories are weird, and it's like, mechanically, I get why they're in the game, because, like, it's like, if you don't worry about doing fear at all in the slightest, just from destroying buildings, you might wind up getting to, like, fear tier 2, possibly. Unless you only destroy explorers, but, like, you destroy all the explorers before they can make buildings, so you might not. But then you'd still have to destroy buildings anyway to win, but...
Sorry, just something I think I may have just noticed, and, like, I don't know if it's accurate or if it's just something buggy with the way that this went. I think that the people who are on storage duty, like, if they're, like, carrying an empty box preparing to toss it into the baler, if actual, like, boxes with stuff get bought and put on the shelf, they will drop the empty box wherever it is to go deal with these ones instead. So it's not just a matter of, getting cut off, it's just they'll also just have priority within the job responsibilities.
I mean, that's kind of neat.
Either that or something weird happened, because there was just an empty box of kiwi tray right where I'm standing right now.
Weird.
And it's just like, it is a weird place for it to be. The only explanation I can see for it is, it got pulled off the stuff, because it's not like the pies need kiwi. Wait, are we even making pies? We're not even making pie. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. It was probably an empty box from someone packaging. Packaging up one of the orders. Also, wow, I don't know if 2 packaging
boxes are different from, like... Oh, you think that they took the last kiwi tray for an order?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They took the last kiwi tray, and thus the empty box left on the ground. And the storage people were busy dealing with the new boxes.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to stop this job to start that one.
Yeah.
That, you know what, that actually probably feels more likely than the thought of storage people have 2 jobs. Put boxes onto shelves and put empty boxes in the baler. And they'll drop one to do the other? No, that doesn't... Okay, never mind.
Right.
But still, that's a lot of orders.
So, here's an important question that's worth considering. When the time comes and we are living together, surely we'll still want to do tabletop stuff from time to time. So, would it be worth it either to, A, actually get the tabletop stuff they want to play, like, in physical form, so if they, like, want to play Spirit Island, we'd have to pull it out, set it up, put it back, blah blah blah. Or B, get together a setup so we can, like, sit together and play on Tabletop Sim, like, side by side. Like, I think we'd want to have some sort of, like, a computer setup where we can play, like, cooperative stuff like that.
I mean...
Because the way I'm seeing it is we'll have a living room where you have, like, your setup, your couch, your TV, etc. As you have it. Then we'll have, like, my office where I have, like, my desk, my computer, and all that stuff.
The day is now over. Please finish shopping and go home.
And then we'll have, like, if we want to just hang out or whatever, we'll have a second couch there for me, and I can just use, like, my handheld to play games on there. but it's really awkward to play Tabletop Sim off of the handheld. But also, if we're playing tabletop stuff against each other, we can't really be in the same room.
Yeah.
So I'd love the idea if we could have, like, a desk or something, where we could have, like, you know, 2 computers, both there, and we could set up, like, a curtain or something between us if we don't want to see each other's screens.
I mean, I guess that wouldn't be too hard to do. I've had to do something similar before at a place where I live. I think I still have the... Yeah, no, I definitely still have, like, the portable, like, curtain. So I guess it's supposed to be, like, a portable, like, hanger rack thing, but I used, like, curtains on it, kind of, basically act as the door to my bedroom. Yeah, that was not a great place I lived at. But, yeah, that's certainly doable. Are you done trying to keep track of how many of these we sold?
I mean, yeah, look, I already put in, like, almost a box worth, so...
Okay, and there were 32 empty slots. So... Crap, I need to use the bathroom. I should not have agreed to get in the video right away. Oh, I'll stand here, but I'll join in voice chat.
Okay, I'll just still be here.
Cool.
Filling up stuff and things and stuff, and...
By the way, did you remember to actually get more potatoes, like, or all the other ingredients for the manufacturing? Because we were running low on potato bags.
No, I did not buy stuff from there. Let's see. Assign them. Load priorities. Set to. Alright. Product order into the storage. So, the way that I'm thinking about it is that I guess I'll have my gaming office, where I'll be for, you know, most of my gaming stuff, whatever. I think, like, even if we would be living together, it is important for us to have our own spaces just to be in. So we're not, you know...
Yeah.
Just at each other all the time. Especially if you'll be going out to work most of the day. Then when you get back, you'll want to probably lounge on the couch and stuff, so yeah, I'll have my office, blah blah. But if we want to play games... Ouch. And then we'll just have, like, a second computer in my office. So if we want to play games together, we bring in, like, a secondary chair for you, potentially put up the curtain, maybe, and then we can... like, both sit together in the same room, so we're not, you know, trying to coordinate over Discord lag over LAN. Now, what would be really neat is if I just could get a computer that's bulky enough to essentially run 2 computers at once off of it. So I think that's possible to have one computer work as 2 computers, but I don't know how to do that.
I wouldn't know either.
Yeah, just have, like, a second computer for the office. I guess if we're playing something, like, cooperative, we can, like, be there so we can both, like, play alongside each other. But I also like the idea of it, even if we're playing something competitively, we'll still just, like, sit there side by side with each other, just with the curtain. Just so we don't have... I don't know, it just would feel awkward being in a Discord call with you, when we are, like, you know, at the same place.
Well, here's my, response to that. I mean, a lot of the times your recordings are you're playing something and I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, just there in voice. It's your plan to just have me be there.
So, I suppose there is an alternative. Where you have your setup in the living room, and then if we're playing something that's just like, play it and watch, I don't know, I pull out a setup like in the living room to play, and then you sit and watch or something, or like, I don't know, you get a second television for the living room that would be like for my stuff. We'd both have to have like headphones or earbuds or whatever, so we can both hear our own things without noise bleed. But then it's like, oh yeah, so like I'm recording my thing, focusing on my game, blah blah blah, and then you are just also there, like you can watch it, or you can watch your YouTubes or whatever. Oh yeah, and I guess if we do that, then we could just use that for the cooperative gaming stuff. Both sit on our own computers, so we can look at the screens. Yeah, if I get a desk on wheels and I could move it to my office for when I'm just, doing stuff on my own, or move it out to the living room, hook it up to the TV. But living rooms usually don't have good acoustics. You know how it is. I'm mostly just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Of course, if we're doing stuff like Archipelago, where you need to be capturing, both, your stuff and my stuff, yeah, you'll probably need to, we'll still have to use Discord, so.
Yeah, unless we can figure out somehow one computer with running two computers at once, but also still connected enough to capture OBS. But yeah. We'd still need the Discord anyway. Unless we really want to get fancy about it and just both record separately.
Oh, and you'd actually have to learn how to edit videos.
I know how to edit videos. I don't do it because I don't like it. But I know how to do it. I've taken courses in video editing. I know how to do it.
Okay.
Know thy enemy and all that stuff. I can do it. I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like low-key, like, such as, for example, Supermarket Together. And I don't think we'll still be playing Supermarket Together next year, necessarily, but, something like this, we just, I don't know, play in the living room or whatever, and it's like, oh, if the acoustics are bad, the acoustics are bad. Although I guess depending on how much we can, customize the place where we're staying, we could consider setting up
Good idea to try to before we've even looked at a single place.
Yeah, well, I don't know, I mean, we've looked at places, we just decided not to go for any of them. Gosh, did we ever talk in a video about that place I liked with the pool?
I don't know if we, yeah, maybe we didn't talk about it, but, and again, the thing, the only thing it had going for it was the pool. The place was unsuitable, and then the pool wasn't even available.
Yeah, well, I was building up to that, Azura, because, like, I liked it because it had a pool. Azura didn't like it because it didn't have ensuite laundry. And so I was like, but then we have pool access, and pool access is more expensive than laundry access. And this is, like, cheaper than the place that Azura liked that had laundry. I think your place was extra, like, $200 a month. It was, like, approximately the same size. It just had inbuilt laundry. I was like, yeah, but this place has a pool. It's also, apparently, on the 4th floor, and there's no elevator.
Yeah.
And the pool had been closed for, what was it, a year? 2 years? With no signs of being open anytime soon? Or again?
Basically. Yeah, basically.
And it's like, oh. So no pool, and oh my gosh. Like, I just live on the 2nd floor, and even still, I'll sometimes take the elevator up just because I don't want to walk up one set of stairs. Let alone having to walk up 3 flights of stairs, dragging my bike with me.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, where I live now, were it not for the fact that taking the elevator would actually require me to walk more, I probably would take the elevator, like, just from between the parkade and, like, the main floor, which is where my apartment is. Because it's just like, I'm right beside the stairwell, and then it's just like, a walk halfway between the stairwell exit and the other.
To the far end of the building to take the elevator, then walk all the way back. Which is useful to have in case you really need it. But if you don't really need it, the stairs are more convenient. But like, yeah, a lot of times I will just take the stairs up and down. But sometimes I'll take the elevator at my place just for the sake of, I don't want to walk up a flight of stairs.
Right. Now I remember the other place I looked at. It didn't have quote unquote in-suite laundry. It was because it was a basement apartment, and the laundry was shared with the upstairs. But it was also really, really like tight in that little hallway where the laundry was. Like tight to the point where I don't know that I could have reached the far machine. So, yeah, were it not for that, like, it would have been a great place, but, yeah.
But yeah, once you get another job, well, look for a new place and see how that all works up. How that all works up and factors out.
I know you're more hoping to get, like, a house.
I mean,
but
okay, here's the thing, like, yeah, I would like to have a house and everything, and have, like, a place, and we don't have to worry about people living on the other side of a wall, so I can actually, like, practice music and stuff. But I understand that having a house, there is a lot of work to go in it. Like, if anything goes wrong, that could be a few $100s down the drain just to fix the drain and stuff. So I understand that having, like, a shared, like, a basement suite or an apartment is more realistic to me, because, hey, I have never cut a lawn before in my life, and I don't plan on starting now. So, like, yeah, I would like to live
Hello, my
in
little
a house
ponies.
and have, like, my own place and everything, but I understand that because of the sort of person I am, that's not so feasible for me. I don't want to, you know, actually have to go out and shovel 3 times a day all winter long. I don't want to have to maintain the lawn. I don't want to, like, be told, oh, hey, you have to go and paint your fence now because, like, part of it got damaged, so now you have to go out and put together a new fence. and then also paint it. Like, I don't have, like, the mental, like, tools to do all of that stuff. Like, I've helped my dad, and I've helped my grandpa with their own homes and stuff, and all I know is that it's, like, a ton of work and a ton of maintenance. To be fair, my grandfather used to live on an acreage, so there'd be a lot of times of, hey, we'll take the tractor out and go chop down some trees because they're dying, and we should chop them down before someone gets hurt. And then we have to drag the trees up the hill, feed them into the wood chipper, then use the wood chips to, like, mulch the garden, and it's like, all because, like, one tree is dying. It's, like, I don't know, 3 hours of work. On top of, well, if you have the tractor, well, you have to make sure that the tractor's well kept, you have to make sure to get gas, to gas it up, like...
Okay, I'm just gonna say right now, any place where a tractor, like owning a tractor, is something that would be viable, we will not have even decent internet. I can tell you that. We are not gonna go find ourselves a farm or acreage.
I was about to say, it's like, no, my grandparents' place had decent internet, and then I realized, no, I never used the internet there. Like, I did live on a different acreage at one point, lived there for 6 months, it was a great house. And we had, you know, it was definitely usable internet. I used to play on, like, Xbox Live with friends. Anyway. But the internet there wasn't particularly bad.
Yeah, the best you can say is it wasn't too bad, but that tells me all I know.
Echo.
What?
I can hear you twice.
I know, that's why I'm muted. I'm only unmuting so I can speak.
You don't have to unmute to speak, because I can hear you through your computer. Yes. Yes, I can hear you making noises.
What I had said was, are you sure about that? What am I saying?
I could hear you go, "Rawr."
Yeah, so my mic can't actually pick up the words I'm saying from over there.
Oh my gosh, so many items! So many items have fallen to the floor! Cha-ching. Yeah, I would like to have somewhere at least that I can put down some like sound dampening.
Why do you want to make the sound wet?
Because it's better that way. Oh. So I wanted to run a little test, and it turns out that employees are pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Our employees can go into the pool room.
Okay. How exactly did you test that?
I bought a box, a few boxes actually. I put them into the pool room, and our employees can just walk on in and take them.
Ah.
So let's see. On, I think it's Wednesday? Yeah, on Wednesday I have to go out to get some medical stuff done. So I think I'll take a bit of a detour while I'm there and get out my newest, and get my newest commander deck printed. And it's like, it's not like a powerful deck, and I think, I don't know, serial escalation hurts a lot of things. People just only concerned with, okay, but like how powerful is it? You know, can X character beat One Punch Man? Or was it, could they beat Goku? And it's like, it doesn't matter if they could or not. But that's all any conversation about them turns into with anybody. It's like, oh hey, you know, I don't know, I've been watching The Owl House. Yeah, Luz is pretty cool. It's like, oh, but could she beat Goku? It's like, I don't know, probably. Sure, let's say yes, and watch you get mad at me for it. Frankly, I don't care if the character can beat Goku, I just care if they can stand on their own. And then it's like, yeah, no, I talk about it all the time. But you see, Commander... Oh my gosh, why is it so dark? It's just supposed to be just a fun little format for people to play all of their cards that don't work in other formats. I know it's been like, oh, well, if you... Well, this new card came out, so you have to play this card, because if you do this, and you do this, and you do that, and you do this with it, then you make an infinite combo. And it's like, yeah, you can make infinite combos with a lot of other stuff, too. Like, oh, well, no, you see, like, my, like, casual deck, I have to run this card to... Because this makes the deck so much stronger. It's like, why do you care about making the deck stronger? Is it only fun if you win? Or, like, can you not have fun just, you know, not being super powerful? It's giving, like, the vibes of, like, someone entering, like, a children's contest as a fully grown adult. And being all like, yeah, I totally won! My art contest is way better than those 5-year-olds. It's like, well, okay. But that's not the point. Did you have fun with it? You know, without the expectation of winning? Talk to someone about my YouTube channel. It's like, yeah, I, you know, record gameplay videos and I post them on YouTube. They're like, oh, well, no, you have to edit the videos together to make them only 15 minutes long. And you have to, like, edit all the thumbnails and make a, you know, and put, like, viewer bait in the titles and stuff. So instead of actually just saying, like, what it is, like, hey, Supermarket Together episode 54. Boom. Nice, simple, you know exactly what you're getting into, pretty much. No, instead you have to say something like, I ran a store with my girlfriend and you wouldn't believe what happened! And then the thumbnail just has to be like, you know, someone being all excited to try to show off something, but you can't actually see what the thing is. So you have to click on the video and watch it so you actually see what the thing is. And like, or how about I just, you know, play video games and leave it at that. And it's like, oh no, you have to do all of this stuff if you want people to watch your videos. It's like, even if I did get monetized, I'd be getting what? 1/100th of a cent per 1,000 views? Oh, I mean, that's if I want to use... And that's, of course, if I want to use YouTube's, like, ad revenue and stuff. I could just get a sponsor instead, but, like, everyone who sponsors YouTube videos, or basically everyone who sponsors YouTube videos, is a scam of some type.
Yep.
And if they're not a scam, then they are still a bit of a scam for selling a product at a premium cost when it's just a, like, a regular product.
Yep.
Like the, was it the Ray-Bans earbuds that are just, like, normal
Raycon?
earbud quality. Rayphones?
Whatever.
Raycons?
I have a feeling you're intentionally trying to not say the name correctly so that you're not accidentally...
I don't know what the name is. I've seen several ads for it.
Okay, well, I've already said it twice. Raycon.
Raycon, okay. Yeah, like, that are apparently just, like, normal quality earbuds. But they're being sold as if they're a luxury product. And it's like... I think the earbuds I've been using for the past year plus were, like, $20 earbuds. I don't even know what brand they are. If these break, I'll have no idea on where to buy replacement ones. But they've been working, so it's like, okay. And people... God, I remember years ago, I was asking, it's like, hey, where can I find, like, a decent, like, okay pair of headphones for under $100? Like, I didn't have, like, a ton of money, so I was like, okay, where can I buy some headphones for under $100? And people kept giving me links to headphones that were, like, $200, $300, $400. And it's like, no, I want headphones that are under $100 that are actually, like, okay, because I had gotten some before that were, like, you know, they were fine. I want to get some that are fine. Like, yeah, I know I won't be getting top-of-the-line concert-quality headphones. I just want ones that will work. It's like, oh, here's some $350 headphones. It's like, okay, maybe you need headphones, because clearly you're not listening. So I did some searches myself. It's like, okay, hey, I found, like, this set. It has like, 5-star reviews. And it's, like, $60. And also, it's pink. Like, what do y'all think about this? Is this good? It's like, oh, well, if you want to... You might as well just burn your money. Might as well just throw it out. Just flush it down the drain. Instead of getting that absolute garbage. It's like, if it's absolute garbage, why does it have 6,000 5-star reviews? It's like, could you elaborate on why you assume it's garbage? Is it because it's $60, or because you actually know this brand, and know for a fact that this exact brand is garbage? Or are you just guessing because it's pink? Oh, well, it's because it's garbage. It's like, could you elaborate on that? No? Well, then I guess I won't listen to you. People are so weird about things. It's like people say that they will only accept the best, and by that they mean the most expensive of the most expensive. We are getting quite on some tangents here.
Yeah. How did this conversation start?
Because I wanted to talk about the serial escalation of the Commander format in Magic the Gathering, where something like 10, 15, I was about to say 20 now, something about 10 or so years ago, Commander decks were basically, hey, I got 100 cards together, let's play. And like, that was it. And it's like, you just play cards like, yeah, I play this Wolf. It's 2 mana for 1/2 Wolf with Trample. And it's like, yeah, it has 1 power and Trample, which is basically useless. But it's a wolf, so I'm playing it. Because I think wolves are cool.
Okay, and what makes the experience you're describing right now different from just Magic the Gathering?
So, I mean, Magic the Gathering, most formats are competitive, so you want to build a deck to win in whatever that you're doing anyway. And that's the understanding going into it. It's always a constant arms race. Commander was supposed to be a casual format. You're not supposed to be there just for the sake of winning. You're supposed to be there because, like, oh, hey, I found this, one legendary creature and it's pretty cool, so I just want to play around with this. It's like, oh, yeah, or, oh, hey, I found this 10 mana spell that doesn't see play in any competitive format because it's not an instant you win the game spell. It's 10 mana, so no one would play it in any other format. So let's make a format where we can play our 10 mana spells. Let's have a format where we can play Warp World in. For example. Yeah, let's play, the big, dumb, stupid cards. Let's make a big, dumb, stupid card format to play the big, dumb, stupid cards. And it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll play, this angel card. I'll play a bunch of angel cards. Yeah, of course, this would completely lose even to a standard deck. But I don't care, I just like playing angels. And the expectation going into Commander is, you're not here to, try to build the best deck. You're not here to try to win at whatever means possible. You're here because you want to play your big, dumb, stupid cards in the big, dumb, stupid card format. And that's the reason for being here. That's the reason for playing it. That's where the fun is. If I have, a spell that lets me take an extra turn, but I skip my untap step, so I can't really do much with the extra turn, screw it. Yeah, play the cards, take the extra turn, skip your untap step. Play a 3 mana spell to draw a card, play a land, and then pass your extra turn. Because that's
Okay, Claire,
funny.
just an aside here. Why did you buy so many boxes of plant pots?
What? No, that's not mine. I'm holding them for a friend.
That doesn't answer the question.
They're not mine. I'm holding them for a friend.
Again, that doesn't answer the question.
No, that's not my pot. Okay, I can't be certain, but I think a 5% sale on consoles did not sell nearly as much as the 25% sale. But I don't know how much the employees restocked on consoles today. Yeah,
That is something we should be able to look up. Basic gaming console. Here. What the? Okay, I have difficulty trusting this graph.
Why?
Because it's suggesting that... okay, so that yesterday we sold 0. The day before we sold 16. The day before we sold 0. The day before we sold 0. The day before we sold 0. That doesn't sound right at all.
If it was just the days when we, before we reloaded, it might just, reset on a reload.
Maybe. I mean, have you reloaded since starting this up? Because this is the second day of this gaming session, right?
Yeah, this is day 2.
We are on day 102, so its data isn't in the thing yet. But it's saying on day 101 we sold 0, which we know for a fact is incorrect.
Yeah, that is
So-
weird.
So basically, the statistics, console thing here,
Doesn't work.
yeah, it's just literally useless.
It's just actually broken.
Like, and that's the thing. This is the exact sort of thing that it's supposed to actually be able to do. Like, it's just like, hey, look at the sales data,
Yes.
per product. And then it gets it wrong. What are we doing on Pi on
the
this store?
serial escalation stuff, like, you've been playing Dot Hack lately.
Yep.
In the various Dot Hack games, are there any particular builds that you could just viably play the game with that would just make the game, like, ultra easy?
Well, the thing is, there really aren't builds. You are playing an existing character. You do not get to really...
No, like, any, say,
Customize?
equipment or anything, like, fighting
I mean-
styles or whatever?
Okay, well, with the Dot Hack GU games, I mean, quite frankly, the whole thing with the character is that you play as is that they will eventually get access to multiple weapons, and because spells are either learned by class or by using an item to permanently learn a spell, effectively it's just, for the most part, just pick whatever has the highest stats, and that's ultimately it. There is no... While you can customize like effects like on your weapons and armors and stuff, it's all... It either is negligible, or it's just a matter of, just pick whatever you need for a given scenario, but because you can only, prep ahead of time, that's only viable if you already look ahead and know what you're going up. So it's like,
So,
there is no, guarantee with that. With the one that I'm playing, there is a bit of a weird situation with it, with just how, like, the stuff interacts. With the fact that your abilities, spells, and, like, non-spell abilities, they're entirely based on your equipment. However, the thing that I have found most interesting is that, at least for me, I find it is better, even though I'm playing as, with the twin blade class, the one fighting with 2 knives. What one you would think was supposed to be kind of more, DPS focused. It's better to have yourself as the main caster, and just go in with a couple of, mostly physical attackers most of the time. Because the actual caster class will not do anything at the start of any combat, and there isn't a way to direct just the caster to use magic. Unless you want to, like, specifically tell them, use this spell on this target. It's just like, I mean, really? At this point, I'm basically playing you as if, as if you were me. It's just like, well, if I'm spending all my time focusing on that, I can't just go in and attack, so that is what I end up doing. Axe was telling me that he does prefer to just go and attack, and, he'll just kind of, whatever. He likes taking in the casters and just having them, doing magic. The thing that kind of works against you when trying to do that is the fact, well, okay, I just finished the 3rd game in the thing. You only have access to 1 pure caster class for the entire game. So no matter what, either you're only taking them, or you're taking them and a melee, class, which makes it annoying to kind of direct, okay, you do magic.
you do
'Cause
magic,
the other-
you don't.
Exactly. And the fact is, There are enemies in the game that are immune to physical attack. There are enemies in the game that are immune to magical attack. You would think that this means, oh, you should bring along a caster and a melee class, but it's just like, again, unless you know already what's going to be there, which I guess at this point people are most likely going to be using, some amount of guides or walkthroughs, but even then I'm trying to avoid that for, worrying about, what should I expect in this area until I get there. Which has bit me in the butt because I've just gotten overwhelmed. But it's just, there is no one setup that is perfect, because while I think it is possible to get an assortment of abilities like on your main character that will be able to cover every possibility, you're basically stuck with like low to mid-level caster class equipment, like armors and stuff, which means that you'll have less, actual defenses, because you're having to use like robes instead of armor, etc. And even with the way that I have it, I have the default one that I have equipped right now, armor set, and a few other armor pieces just hot swap around to get access to the other elements and stuff, because there is no one best way to set up effectively. There is no... my build is increase my stats with every single stat boosting item as possible, equip with the highest level armors if I can, and keep the other armors to have access to the other spell element. And that's it.
So, and yeah, you find that fun, right? Having to adapt to what you might have to face.
Yeah.
And stuff. So imagine, if you will, the game, had, say, a gun. A gun that, at the start of every combat, one-shots every enemy, even bosses. And, it's an optional item, you're not forced to have it. But you could pick it up from the very start of the first game and carry it through all of the games. And then, anytime you talk about the game with anyone who knows about the gun, they say, why don't you just use the gun? It just plays the entire game for you. Why worry about having casters? The gun will kill everything. That would kind of feel like it totally defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about, EDH these days. When I say, it's oh yeah, I built a deck around this card. It's oh, if I use this card in my deck, because it seems fun. They just go, why don't you just use the gun? If you just use the gun, you'll just win every game. And then I have to try to tell them, well, because I want to play Magic without using the gun. I want to play the game without the gun, because the gun is boring and lame. And they just go, well, you're weird. Why not just use the gun? It's so much easier. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm realizing this is basically half of the argument for people who want to use large language models to do all of the work for them.
Yeah.
Except that in the hypothetical, the gun actually works, whereas large language models don't. Someone in Reddit... I browse a Reddit where people post, idle games. Usually one's hey, I just made this idle game. What do y'all think? And, nice place to try out new games and encourage upcoming game devs. And someone posts this whole thing about, oh, don't just be so negative on people, blah, 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 that devolved into AI is the wave of the future, and so you can either adapt or die. And it's yo, AI sucks.
Yeah.
Even if you ignore all of the other negative reasons against large language models, the quality sucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. They aren't good at what they're supposed to be doing.
Even if you ignore everything else, they still suck. And so people It's like, if they were actually, like, really, really good, then there'd be a debate about, like, oh, is it worth it to use them with the environmental impacts? Is this good? Is this bad? But they suck. So why is anyone using them? Like, when they were first became, like, publicly available and I didn't know about, you know, the environmental impacts and everything, we used them just for a joke, really. We used them to poke fun at, like, oh, hey, you know, design a custom magic card. Look at how bad that is. And then, you know, found out about how bad they are for the environment and we stopped. But it's like, even still, from what I see of other people using them, it's still bad. But yeah, it's like the same thing whenever I go to play a game of Commander, it's like, oh yeah, I made a mono red deck based around Warp World. And it's like, whenever I cast it like that, there are two types of Magic players. Those who love Warp World and those who hate it. I have not found a single person who is neutral to the card. Everyone is either like, oh, this is awesome, or how dare you. Or they don't know what it does, but then after we run through it, they either say that it's awesome or they hate me.
Why not both?
Gosh, I should use that as like a pre-game conversation. It's like, okay, before we start playing a game of Commander, what do you think about Warp World? Even if I'm playing a deck that can't possibly use it. Just to gauge you as a person, what do you think about this card? Because it is... I like it. At least. It is, you know, big dumb magic.